Welcome to Table Talking with Ian Menifee. I am your host. Get ready for a live, really dope show. Very informative, very true to heart, and very real. All I can say is thank you for coming through. Pull up a seat, pour you a cup, grab you a snack, and get ready to kick back. What it do, Table Talking fam? It's your favorite podcast host, Ian Menifee, and I am back. Welcome to Table Talking with Ian Menifee, and we are going to get it in today. We are going to talk about if it ain't, it's not tricking if you got it. So it's been a vastly abused topic when we're talking about tricking or simping or spending money and or resources on women abusing these resources or getting with guys solely for financial gain, financial pleasure, or recreational pleasure, right? So let me start by saying that when I think of tricking or trick, I'm thinking about the red light district, right? Um, the prostitutes and John's and a trick. He's providing money for a service. But I believe that society has taken it a step further to use trick or tricking to describe a man who's splurging like a shitload of money to women or a woman that he's either interested in or he wants something in return from. And then it crosses over to the guy being used or taken advantage of. Or he's leading with money that he may or may not have. So I'm a big proponent of, providing a great time to a woman. Like if you taking her out on a date, you should make that experience everything that it should be, from the planning, the dress, the way that you dress, how you carry yourself, the courtship, just your mannerisms, opening the door, pulling out the chair, being polite, eye contact, complimenting her, having like flowers, or if it's her birthday, have the waiter acknowledge that, or celebratory vibes if something monumental happened in her life or at work. But even when we talk about the standpoint of a date, most people feel like, well, if I take you to McDonald's, that should be good enough. Maybe, but you should create an experience where you put more thought into it. Because at the end of the day, you're trying to vibe with someone. You want someone to see you in your purest form, your rawest form, not a facade, right? Like Cheesecake Factory, to me, Cheesecake Factory would be an awesome place to go on a date. Even Starbucks. However, there's a crowd that feels like, no, I'm too good for that. I need a 5-star restaurant. You need to spend 500 on a date. And if I say, if I need my hair and nails done, you should dish out the money. And that's where things get a little convoluted, little misconstrued. Like, what are we talking about here? What is really the emphasis? What is really the focal point? Is it the date itself or how much money that was spent on the date? Especially if you're a guy who lacks confidence in himself, don't really know how to talk to women, how to approach women, you're going to always lead with the money. But it has gotten so bad that guys will lead with money that they don't have. And then, a woman or the baddies or whatever will pull your whole card just to see, okay, let me see if he really about that life, what he talking about. Then now you're in trouble. So we have to differentiate what is really going on here. Like, we have to break it down. So we're not going to call it tricking. We're going to go back to the more synonymous term that they're using, simp or simping. Okay? Or, cake daddy. Right? So if you are willingly giving resources to women or women in return for pleasure or attention or whatever you may your heart may desire, then yes, it make you a simp. If it's one sided, it makes you a simp because essentially she's using you. Now, if you do have the money and you're having fun, but the energy is reciprocal in more ways than one, then okay, we get it. Like, if I got the bag and I hit up girly like, hey, you want to go kick it? See your friends and your cousins want to come, like two of them, right? Or a best friend or whatever, and we all kicking it. But there's a high percentage chance that my night is going to end with her and maybe one of them, and or whether or not I spend the bag. But if you're simping, that's not your ratio. You are dependent on the bag to achieve that type of status. And the bag overly compensates for you not being able to talk to a woman, not being able to stimulate her mind or provide a dope ass experience without money being a focal point. But the ladies got the game down pat to the point where they gonna check you. They gonna figure you out. Oh, you talking that shit? Cool. Because they say act your wage. So there's no need to talk big shit if your feet can't fit in the shoes. It's like it's asinine, like it's insane, like it's crazy. But I get it because at one point in time there was a certain status associated with kind of how much of a man you are based upon how many women you slept with. But times have changed, and ladies killing the game right now. Like ladies is making it do what it do. Like they not playing that, but that's also making it a lot harder for the women who aren't on that type of time, who want that experience, who don't care about the money. They care about how you treat them, the time you put into the date, or the experience that you should have provided. So a woman who doesn't need money, who money doesn't stimulate her, if you're trying to lead with the bag or the check, you asked out because it's like, what else do you come with? There's nothing you could buy her that would gravitate her towards you or warrant her attention. No. In her eyes, she just seeing you for who you are. You simping. And I think that's where we gotta draw the line. But again, just act your wage, be yourself. Like if everybody is upfront about who they are and what they be on, it will be a whole lot easier. But that's not the case, right? Like there's a market for everyone. Like if you are a 40, 50K type of guy, you have no business in the six-figure bracket trying to get those women because they on a different type of time. Like it's guys that's providing the trips, the bags, the luxury meals, luxury vehicles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's levels to this. And you trying to skip the steps, you trying to jump to the ladder straight to the top. Then when you get anywhere near the top, you're gonna get knocked right back down rung by rung because you ain't understand like, yo, you way out of your league. You done bit off way more than you can chew. So again, we gotta separate it. You wanna take a woman on a date, that's fine. Show her a great time. As long as you put the time and energy into that date, but also knowing who you're dealing with, you will be okay. It's not, I've said this time and time again. If you are mindful of what a woman has to go through to prepare for a date, you will be extra intentional, meticulous to detail about your planning, how do you dress, and just the vibe overall, right? But if not, and you just trying to get the cheeks, or you just on some other type of, if you listen, if you trying to do that, then you already know where you need to go. You already know what avenue you need to explore. But let's just keep it genuine. Just be honest about who you are and what your intentions for that person, and everything will flow just like it should. But when you want to play games, trying to leave with the bag, trying to think you're going to swindle her out of her underpants, it's not going to work that way. Same thing with the ladies. If you like the what they call the big ballers, shot callers, you like the dudes with the jewelry, then ride that lane. But don't take advantage of someone who may not know. Just because you can don't mean you should. Like, it goes both ways. Like, again, it's a market for everybody. It's a lane for everybody. Just be comfortable with that lane. But before you be comfortable with that lane, be comfortable with who you are. Now, if if you're a guy and you want to elevate your status into that tier where you are engaging in that, by all means, okay. You're going to walk the walk. You got to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. But you got to have the bag and the resources to back that up. If not, you're in trouble. Like with the ladies, if you want to be a baddie, cool. But you know where you need to have that baddie energy at. But for those that do have it to do, and then there's ladies out here, what they all call the sugar mamas. They doing what they do. Ain't nobody knocking the hustle. Ain't nobody hating or nothing. But let's just keep it a buck. There's a lot of people out here faking the funk, faking it until they make it. Like putting soil in the game just to get what they want, and still don't end up where they want to be. But if you have the money and the resources in abundance and it's nothing to you, they say if you can buy it twice, okay, do what you do. But if you can't, if buying it once or spending it once is going to create a significant dent in you and your pockets and your bank account, you have no business. Stay in your lane, stay in your wage. Or if you want to vibe up, then level up. Like, that is really that simple. Like, and we shouldn't even have to break it down, but we do, because it's important, because like a lot of these terms get mixed up with each other, or we describe it inaccurately. Like, again, like, it's nothing wrong with spending extra money to ensure that a woman is courted beyond her measures. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to say that a woman should do that for a man off the top. Nah, but if they reach a point where after a while this is the vibe, but it's still been reciprocal, and she like, you know what, I want to treat. Let me, open my checkbook up a little bit. Let me go in the bag. Cool. Because it's not one-sided. So, I mean, yeah, that's what it is. If it's one-sided, it's simping. It's simping. Or you can still call it tricking if you want to. It's still one-sided. But if you're tricking, in my eyes, you're paying for a service. Whatever that service may be. So what are we really discussing right now? So yeah, it's not tricking if you have it. If you have it, you're just having fun. That's when you work hard, play even harder. But if you don't have it, you're simping. Yes, you're simping. And if you're buying a service, which is more than likely a sexual service, you're tricking. That's it, and that's all.